nobody, no one that'll run me. So give me a run for my money. Sipping bubbly, feeling lovely, living lovely. Just lovely. I wanna be with you, ay. I wanna be with. I wanna be with you, ay. I wanna be with. I wanna be with you. Me, just love me. If I didn't ride blade on curve, would you still? If I'm in my mind and work.
My dream house in Zimbabwe was supposed to be a straightforward project. What I discovered instead was a complex web of land acquisition hurdles that almost crushed my dream. You won't believe some of the obstacles I encountered, from bureaucratic nightmares to unforeseen costs that nearly derailed my project. This is the untold story of building in Zimbabwe. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Aliyah, and today we are doing something totally different. We're going to be talking about building my dream house in Zimbabwe. So if you have been on the channel for a while, we have done a series where I was just advising you and giving you house updates on the house that I'm building back in Zimbabwe. So yeah, if you like this kind of videos, please stay tuned, because yeah, we're going to be discussing a lot and the obstacles that I went through during the land acquisition, and yeah, what you can do as well to make sure that you secure a good investment while it's staying in Zimbabwe. So yeah, so there are three ways of buying land, which is either state owned, which is the council land. So for this ones, you actually have to go and apply at your nearest city council. Then you are in like a waiting list. This usually takes years, sometimes 5 to 10 years, just waiting for land. And sometimes you might be lucky, there's some openings, and yeah, you can get some land through that. Also, there is private owned land. So these are people who already have title deeds to their land and they're just willing to sell it either on cash, mortgage. Yeah. So this one is something when you really need something quick, but I always advise you to take the real necessary step that includes engaging with lawyers so that you can see that okay, the land that you're buying is actually authentic. Then there is the rural land, which is often given by traditional chiefs and kings. It depends with the area where you are actually staying. So it actually depends with the area where you're staying. If you're staying in the rural areas, you are easily allocated that particular land and you have to pay like a small amount of fee, and you actually have like to do some community service as well to keep that land. So yeah, those are the three ways of purchasing land in Zimbabwe. The best way to go about buying land is engaging a lawyer. So you have to find a lawyer that you trust. Don't get the lawyer from the land baroner or anyone who is trying to sell you land. Get an authentic certified lawyer to represent you. And you also have to go to the city council just to find out if the title deeds are authentic, and if every procedure that you're going to take, you have to make sure that you consult the lawyer, the city council. The best way also to buy land would be through a bank, which is super fast, super easy, and extra safe as well. So well, here's what you want to ask for before you buy any kind of land, or before you get any kind of land, especially if you're buying it from someone, if it is not state owned. Number one, is the land just titled, or you they just have an offer letter? So you have to see if they have title deeds, because some it depends on the land that you're trying to buy. There's housing land, there is commercial land, and there are farms as well. So most farms, they have title deeds which are for 90 days and 90 years, not 90 days, 90 years. And usually this is actually state owned property, so you're actually not allowed to sell that. But just make sure that you see if they have land, the land title, is it land titled, or if there's often letters. Also, who actually owns it. It is very important to know who is the owner of the land, because the land can belong to the state, which means you don't have to buy it, or it is owned by an individual, which is actually good because the procedures there are easier and it's quite faster. And also, are the rates and taxes up to date? You don't want to be left paying someone's mortgage, taxes, that kind of stuff. So you actually have to just also inquire about that. And you can also get receipts as well from the person who is actually selling that land to you. Is it on the approved plans from the local council? Like I said before, most people are getting scammed nowadays because they are getting land from land barons in areas that are not even allowed to be built. Wetlands, for example, woodlands, for example. So it's always important to check that as well. One advice that I would give is do not pay the whole amount at once. Rather do it in installments. And yeah, bank transfers for evidence as well. If you pay cash, there are chances that you might be getting scammed and you might never get your money back because evidence is needed. Okay, so now let's talk numbers because building is not that cheap. So it depends on how much you have saved up and how much you're willing to spend, especially on this kind of investment, because a house is an investment. So I'm generally just going to be talking about building houses and in places that I have been to because I am well versed with Kwekwe and Kadoma because these are parts of Zimbabwe where land is actually cheap and you can find affordable land which can, yeah, I think every person can actually try afford. So yeah, that's a good place to invest in. So usually a small stand which is about 300 to 500 square meters in areas such as Rua, Kadoma, Norton as well, and some parts of Kwekwe usually cost around 3,000 to 10,000 US dollars. From when I got my land, it was at 5,000 US dollars, but that's when a lot of things changed during that time, and we started using the bond note, if I'm not mistaken. So it kind of changed the role of everything. But yeah, this is kind of the range where you should expect using when buying the land. So in Harare North, I think it's around like 20,000. That's like, I guess somewhere around there, but yeah, let me not speculate as well. When it comes to transfer and legal fees, it should be around 4 to 7% of the total value. If you're buying it from someone, because you have to go through the correct papers procedures as well for the transfer. And architecture plans usually cost around 500 to 1,500 depending on the housing size and the person as well, because for those students, for those architects or planners who have just come out of school, it's usually cheaper because yeah, they're trying to make their name known there. But try to use someone who is registered as well with the town council, not just someone who is just graduated off school like me. I graduated from doing road development, but I'm not certified to draw house plans, but I know how to draw house plans. So it's always good to get someone who is certified within that particular area as well, which you are buying the land from. So when it comes to building costs, it's usually around 250 to 400 per square meter. It also depends with what you are trying, like the kind of rooms you're trying to build as well, because they can be small rooms and they can be very big rooms. I've seen like beautiful houses in some parts of Harare where the rooms are so big. So for a 3 bedroom house, that is for a 3 bed house that is like 100 square meters, you are looking at around 25,000 up to 40,000 just to build, plus council fees and inspections as well, because at every stage that you are, you have to engage the inspectors, and these inspectors have to be coming from the council as well, so that they know, okay, like, okay, this was approved by you guys, especially when whenever there comes like a problem, you always know like, okay, but this was approved by one of your employees as well. So some quick advice, especially if you are building for the very first time, I would say start small. Build something that you know is within your budget, because you don't want to, let's say you're now at window level and you spend like 6 years being on the window level because you can no longer afford your 6 bedroom, your 7 bedroom house that you're trying to build. So always start small and invest in something that you are able to follow up and finish at the end of the day. As well, try to buy your materials in bulk, and it's much actually cheaper, especially in companies such as PG. It's cheaper to buy in bulk, and they can actually give you discounts as well. And always just verify your with your contractors what's the best material, what's the best company that they would advise you to use. And actually, when it comes to constructors, always do your due research, because some usually just dump your project midway, and yeah, they go where money is, because everyone right now is in a hustle to just make money. So yeah, it's always just advised that you just do your research. If you're in Kwekwe, if you're in Kadoma, I can hook you up with some good contractors as well, because also not forgetting about water and electricity. Connections usually take a while, usually after the whole area has finished building their houses. So these are really pricey. So it's something that you have to keep in mind, and also always save on that as well. So usually nowadays most people are opting for solar and borehole. Yes, these are good things, but you will still need to have proper water connection and proper electric connection as well on your house. But you can always switch to your solar, to your borehole. And yeah, they're good. There are a lot of companies that I see. I've seen a lot of advertisements by Comic Pasta regarding boreholes and solars as well. So the best thing about the days that we're living in right now is you can get a stand where everything is going to be provided for you, which is they're going to provide contractors, and at every stage that they are, they will consult with the city council as well. This is actually good because you know that you're just going to pay a certain percentage every month until that building is completed. And these are usually now, so these places usually are gated communities. I'm not sure about Wisdom Park, which is being constructed in Kwekwe, because I could not find anything online regarding that. But it's always good to just check with your local council. And yeah, for those who are in Kwekwe and Kadoma, you can also consult with lawyers such as Kanto, Imamen, Honey, and Black Bag. So they will help you with land status search, ownership, council tax clearance, and transfer documentation as well. So yeah, those are some firms that you can use, which a lot of people have used. I have used Honey and Black and Bag, so they are good. They provide good customer service as well, and yeah, they always keep you up to date with everything, and they're always giving you receipts on the work that they would have conducted as well, which is actually good as well. We are at that time in life where having your own house is like a girl thing. It's like yeah, that girl, let me tell you, having expensive bags, shoes, cars, you're not going to stay there. Invest in something that you know will appreciate as it gets older. Build that dream house of yours. Decorate it. Do whatever you want. You can like give them hints of like, okay, I want my house to modernize it as much as you want. That's the goal, because you're going to have that. That's the piece of property that is not going to depreciate, but it's going to appreciate. So it's something to invest in. So I've been talking a lot about the building and haven't actually talked about where you can buy land, which banks you can actually use, where you can actually find land to build your house. So I'm going to give you a little bit of rundown of the banks that you can use and their benefits as well, and the services that they provide as well. So first on the line is CBZ. So CBZ offers mortgage loans, especially for CBZ approved stands only. So if you have your own stand which is not CBZ approved, I believe they won't provide mortgage loans. So these are things that most young people actually are not aware of. And yeah, these are the things we should be aware of, because we have to start our own generational wealth, yo. And they also provide escrow or a safe transfer accounts which are safer than cash as well. So yeah, that's good. And also when it comes to CBZ, some sellers can accept CBZ RTGS only. So it's always good to have a CBZ account ready, especially if you're going to use CBZ as your bank of interest. Leah's just looking at me like, ma'am, what are you doing? Where are you going? Okay, so we have FBC Bank. So FBC Bank offers flexible mortgage plans, especially for medium income earners. Also, it provides services such as FBC building society and home loans, and also they sometimes partner with developers for rent to buy or a service stands. And I would say you would really want to buy service lands because they would already have water and roads as well. They would already be there, and it's actually easier because you're not going to have to pay for those services while you start building your land. And it's also actually easy when you start transporting your materials to your stands. Also, documents that you need to bring with you, especially when you're going to look for mortgage loans and stands at FBC, you have to provide a payslip for 3 to 6 months, and also an ID and proof of residence, stamped agreement for sale from from whoever you're going to be buying the land from. So that's FBC for you. To be honest, this seems like a good deal, especially from this kind of bank, to be honest. And there is ZB Bank as well. So ZB Bank focuses mainly on housing development and mortgage finances as well. And they have long-term mortgages which can last up to 20 years, which is actually good because you're going to be paying a minimum, let's say a minimum of $500 per month or $1,000 per month, which is actually good as well. And they also offer loans for building after buying, so which is good because if you buy land, then you need also money to start building. They offer those as well for you. And also they are ideal for those planning to buy land and building within the next 2 to 5 years. So that's actually good. So for those living in diaspora, I would say it's always good to engage a lawyer at the very beginning when you're starting to have talks about buying the land, and when you're setting to that you really want to buy this land. So the best thing would be to transfer funds in your lawyer's account. This is called your lawyer's trust account. So once all the documentation has been verified, everything has been signed and sealed, your lawyer will now be able to transfer those funds to the seller's account, which makes which avoids room for being scammed of your hard-earned money as well. So tips for buying land, for using banks to buy land. I have a few. So sorry, I'm just going to be looking at my laptop because I wrote everything down so that I don't forget. So you have to use a lawyer to handle all sales. Don't try. I know lawyers can be expensive, but that's the right road to go. You avoid a lot of disappointments. At the end of the day, you don't want your house to be demolished once you're almost done building your land, or there can be double allocation on a particular land as well. Also, ask for proof of title and do a deed search as well. So your lawyer can always do that for you, and yeah, they can show you where to do it, what is needed, the documentations as well. You can as well go with the person who you are handling this with. Get an agreement of sale in writing as well with the signature of the person who is selling, and make sure that their ID is also there, so their ID or their passport is also on those documents. And also use RTGS transfer or bank checks while it's doing this. I'm not sure if we're still using RTGS, we're using bond notes, I'm not sure. So things that you should avoid while buying land is sending full payment before verification, and do not trust sellers asking for cash only, especially if they're rushing you like, okay, this house is about go irukenda izvezvi. Don't, especially if they're like rushing you. It's always good to avoid such scenarios. And also avoid informal sales through agents without IDs, especially with someone can just open a real estate management group and just say, okay, we're selling houses, while they're selling houses where people are actually staying in on vacation. So you can always try to, like I said, always engage lawyers, and don't rely only on eco cash for large payments. Always try to use bank transfer somewhere where it's reversible, because you can have like insurance for your money, so that if you're scammed or if something happens, you can always get your money back, or a certain percentage of your money back as well. So also for those who are looking for land to farm, I know it's very hard to find a land which you can actually like farm, because you have to go through the Ministry of Lands, and yeah, that's the proper channel that you have to do, and just be in the waiting list. It's okay to be in the waiting list for years and years. I worked at Ministry of Lands, and I know my name is in the on the list. I think I last worked there in 2015, and yeah, I haven't gotten land yet. And even the people who were there before me actually didn't own any land, but they were on the waiting list. And just in due time, after the leases are done, you will eventually get your own. You also be next in line, because usually they have a 90, is it, if it's not 90-year lease, it's 99, which is a lifetime, to be honest. But yeah, there is always new land that is coming up out every year. Okay, and yeah, so let's talk about the major building suppliers in Zimbabwe. So we have Lafarge Cement Zimbabwe. I've seen a lot of advertisements about them, and I've used some. I think we actually used their cement when we were building, and they have tops. They're the top suppliers of cement in Zimbabwe actually. So I don't know who else you're going to be using, but yeah. And there's also PPC Zimbabwe. They operate within Zimbabwe and across Southern Africa, and also they offer cement, ready mix, and aggregators, and fly ash as well, which is actually good. And there is Tunnel Holdings. They're the manufacturer of roofing sheets. Then we have, okay, of roofing sheets, accessories, and various lightweight and construction materials. They're also based in Mashonaland. And also there is Southern Steel. So Southern Steel is a supplier of Harare and Mashonaland as well. I think it's Mashonaland East, the Mashonaland East region, and they also provide fabrication and building steel and any other required hardware as well. And there's a lot, to be honest. So you would want like a one-stop shop, and we do actually have those in Zimbabwe. So we have the Zimbabwe Building Material Supply, the ZBMS. So this company actually operates nationwide, and they supply a variety of things, and there is virtually everything for aggregations to dump proofing, wire mesh, bricks and blocks, and also they deliver across Zimbabwe, which is a good thing. So if you are in the process of building, you can engage them actually, because they provide everything, which is actually good, which means you're going to get a lot of discounts. Like, I love discounts, y'all. And there are more companies like but I haven't like found companies, a lot of them on the internet. I'm not sure if they're on the internet or not, but yeah, I think PG usually used to supply everything. Leah, can you stop? And this is something that might be new to a lot of people, especially if you haven't built before. It's always good to ask for housing insurance. This will help you in terms when there's maybe fraud happens or something happens to your building while you haven't completed your building, or you're already in the house that you're staying in your house. You can always ask for building insurance. You can have ask this from banks, especially the ones that you are using to take mortgage with, to apply mortgage with. You can also engage lawyers to see which banks you can use as well, to get those insurances. It's always good to have your properties insured, to be honest, because you never know what tomorrow brings. There might be floods, there can be hurricanes, there can be tornadoes, there can be wildfires. So it's always good to have your properties insured. Alright, Glam is done now, and I hope this helps you feel a little bit prepared if you're planning to build or purchase your own land in Zimbabwe. It's not actually easy, but with the right information and patience, it is possible. So just do your research, ask questions, protect your money, babe. So, yeah. I'm hoping you all found these helpful, and hopefully we get a lot of slay queens, we get a lot of queens who are investing in land other than handbags. Yo, I love handbags as well. But yeah, let's try to invest in something that is feasible, guys. Something that when we go back home, like when people ask, like, okay, you were in diaspora for 20 years. What were you doing? You have like, okay, I've got my own piece of land, y'all. I built something for myself. And yeah, I don't want to lie to you guys. The joy that comes with owning something, be it like a 3-bedroom, be it just like a 1-bedroom, an apartment, the joy that comes with that. Oh my gosh. That's the kind of slate that we want. That's the kind of slate that should give us pressure, yo. So yeah, hopefully this information reaches someone, motivates someone. So when it comes to my own house, the one that I'm building right now, I'm now done with the exterior. Everything looks so beautiful. So guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share. And if you liked this video, I'm going to make another video. Maybe hopefully we will get to visit a site and we will get to go through lawyers together, and I'll show you every step that you can do to purchase your land. Don't be slay queens who only own a pair of shoes, a handbag, or maybe a dog without owning her house. So see you. Thank you for watching. Love you. See you next time.
For my money, there is nobody, no one that run me. So give me a run for my money. Sipping bubbly, feeling lovely, living lovely. Just lovely. I wanna be with you, and I wanna be with. I wanna be with you, and I wanna be with. I wanna be with you. Me, just love me. If I didn't ride blade on curve, would you still? If I'm in my mind at work.